Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhajir, and in this opportunity, I will tell a story about Abu Bakar as-Siddiq. Abu Bakar as-Siddiq was a friend of the Prophet Muhammad SAW, who has honest, loyal friend, generous, wise, and loved the Prophet Muhammad very much. His real name is Abdullah bin Abi Quhafa at-Tamimi. He was the closest friend of the Prophet Muhammad, even before the Prophet Muhammad was appointed as an apostle. Abu Bakr was also an intelligent person. He never even worships idols because he doubts the divinity of inanimate objects that cannot do anything. After the Prophet Muhammad died, Abu Bakr had an important role in uniting and strengthening Muslims. He is also the only Khalifah who has the nickname Khalifatul Rasulillah. And during his leadership, Khalifah Abu Bakr success in making achievements such as first, bringing order to the movement of apostates who left Islam. Most of the apostates are those whose faith is still weak or those who have recently converted to Islam. They are only obedient and obedient as long as the messengers of Allah is still alive. After the death of the Prophet Muhammad, many of them left Islam. The above conditions were caused by the fact that most of them converted to Islam after the Hudaybiyah agreement in the 6th year of the Hijrah. They are also those who convert Islam after the Jihad of Hawazin, 6th year of Hijrah. In 9 Hijrah, when the Prophet Muhammad died in the year 10 Hijrah. Thus, they had just converted out to Islam. Khalifah Abu Bakr radiallahu anh reminded them to return to the right path, but they disobeyed. Therefore, the Khalifah Abu Bakr also paralyzed their movement so as not to damage the unity of Muslims. And the second is this line those who not want to pay zakat. Meanwhile, there are some Muslims who are reluctant to pay zakat because their faith is not yet strong, and it is also due to a wrong understanding of the teaching of zakat. They consider zakat as a tax. So when the great and powerful leader, the Prophet Muhammad, died, they did not want to pay zakat. There are no more taxes after the death of Prophet Muhammad. Whereas in Islam, zakat is not a tax. Their reluctance to pay zakat is also due to their wrong understanding of the verse that comment zakat. And the third is destroy the false prophet movement. The false prophet movement actually appeared when the Prophet Muhammad was still alive, and this movement increased during the Khalifah Abu Bakr. The false prophet figures include Musailamah al-Kazzab from Bani Hanifa from Yamamah. Other figures who claim to be prophet are Al-Aswad al-Ansi, and among the followers this false prophet many know the falsehood and misguidance of false prophet, but they want to support because they didn't want to be led by the Quraysh. Khalifah Abu Bakr don't stay still. He crushed the movement of false prophets to save Muslims from disbelief that Prophet Muhammad SAW is the last prophet. To admit that there are prophets after the Prophet Muhammad is kufur and apostasy. And the fourth is recording the Quran as a result of the war against the apostates. As many as 70 friends who memorized the Quran died. This worried Umar bin Khattab's friends that the Quran would be difficult to teach in the future because there were fewer and fewer memorizers. To maintain the purity of the Quran, it must be written down. This proposal was finally accepted by the Caliph Abu Bakr radiallahu anh. The Caliph appoint a friend of Zaid bin Sabit to lead the team of Quran writers, and the result of writing the first Quranic manuscripts were then kept by Hafsah, the wife of the Prophet Muhammad. But Abu Bakr didn't last long. He died on 23 Jumadil Akhir at year 13 Hijriah at the age of 63 years, and his caliphate lasted for 2 years and 3 months and 11 days, and his body was buried next to the tomb of the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. I think that's all for me. If you found many mistakes, please forgive me. And the last I say, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Be still.